Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. My name's Renee. Thank you so much for clicking on the video. I appreciate you being here. Welcome to Get Ready With Me Wednesday. I do this every week with my girl Kat. We've been doing this for quite a while. We just sit down, chit chat, do our makeup, talk about what's been going on in our lives. And this week we've got a fun one, so you're not going to want to miss out. Stick around. Thanks for wanting to stick around and hang out with me. Thanks, Kat, for another week. I appreciate you always doing these with me. I hope that you guys will go check her out after you're done here. She'll be linked on the end screen and down below, of course. Just click on it and it'll take you right to her channel. Go show her some love. She's amazing. You'll love her as much as I do. All right, so I'm just gonna, I'll try to show you what I'm using, but I'm just gonna kind of get ready because I'm getting ready for work this morning and do a little chit chat with you about something that happened to me this last week. So, Trace Deek. This is a stick foundation. I got it from Tish. Me and my son. Okay, so I have a friend who is a season ticket holder, and when me and Junior went to the fan fest thing, it was like a mock game. It was an open training camp. When we had gone, I had posted, some pictures and stuff like that on Facebook, and she had messaged me and said, you should have let me know. I would have got you tickets. And I didn't really know that we were going to be going, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know that they had anything like that, and Junior had found it. So he told me about it, and he said the tickets were only $20, which not bad, you know what I mean, to be able to go up to the stadium. So I got the tickets, and I had told her that, I said they were only $20, and I didn't really know that it was a thing until Junior said something to me about it. So she's actually the one that gave me and my ex-husband tickets to the first NFL game I ever went to. So I knew where her seats were and everything. So for games, but for the training camp, it was all down in the 100 level, so everybody had pretty good seats. But anyways, so she had commented on my Facebook, and she was like, I have tickets to 2 of the preseason games. She had tickets for the Hawks against the Vikings and the Hawks against the Cowboys. And the one against the Cowboys was on a day I have to work. So the Vikings one was on a Thursday night. I was like, well, that's perfect. You know what I mean? My days off are Thursday, Friday, so that's perfect because the game was 7 o'clock at night. So being able to go on a Thursday night was perfect. So I told her, and she had a really good price on them, probably because they're preseason, and preseason tickets aren't probably as much as regular season ones, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to get a couple regular season tickets. But either way, I went ahead and got the tickets for the preseason game, and I showed the tickets to my son when I got them. I got them, and I saved them to my Apple Wallet, and then I went in my son's room and I showed him the tickets, and he was so excited, you guys, so excited. So that day I had physical therapy, and my ex had messaged me, and he asked if I could take him to his PT appointment. I told him that I was going to be on the road and I wouldn't be able to take him. Then I think that was the day before. No, that was the day of. And then he also said that he had a doctor's appointment he'd been waiting on, but I had PT that morning, so I couldn't take him to that either. So I went to my PT, I came home and I got ready and everything, and then me and my son headed up to Seattle. And we went to Touchdown City, which is, it opens like 3 hours before the game. I'm just kind of letting this dry down a little bit. Touchdown City is like in the event center right next to the stadium. They set up all this stuff. They have food and they have like stuff for the kids to do, and you can hang out there before the game starts. So we went there for a little bit, and then we went up to our seats, and there was a guy that was there that recognized me from my YouTube channels. He watches my vlog videos, which I thought was super cool. So shout out to him for coming up and saying hi. I'm not sure if he wants his name or anything out there, or his picture, because I took a picture with him. But yeah, that was super cool. So we got to our seats, and you know, we got some food and stuff, and we were watching the game. And I was making, you know, my video clips for my vlog. And I hadn't, like, I had taken some pictures, but I hadn't uploaded any pictures, you know, to my Facebook or anything. But there was a really cute picture of me and Junior, so I changed my profile picture. And after I changed my profile picture, not that long after, I got a text from my ex. Are you guys at the game? I didn't even respond, you know what I mean? Because I had a feeling where this was going, so I didn't even respond to the text. And then my phone rings, and my stupid ass answered it. He immediately starts going off on me. Why didn't you tell me you were going to be at the game? You said you were going to include me. I asked you to include me. You lied to me when I told him that I was going to be on the road. He said I lied to him because I didn't tell him that we were going to be at the game that night, which is not really any of his concern what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, when he said, I said I was going to include him, we were at his sister's wedding because she asked me if I would do her photos. Of course, he was there too. I was talking about when Junior gets his diploma, how I want to have, you know, like get a party room or something somewhere, and do like a big, you know, make a big deal out of it, because it's important. It's a big accomplishment getting your diploma and finishing school. When I had told him about that, he was like, you know, please include me. You know what I mean? Of course, like that's something important for our son graduating from school, you know? So if it's graduating, his birthday, stuff like that, of course I will include you. I did not know that he was meaning, and I'm not saying that me not knowing this means that I would have included him. It doesn't. I'm just saying that I thought he was talking about like the stuff that I was talking about, like his graduation, like having a party for him for his graduation, or having a birthday party, you know, stuff like that. Not like stuff that I do with him. Like it threw me when he said that. Like, what do you mean? I said I was going to include you. That doesn't mean when I go to a football game with I only had 2 tickets anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered. Like, I'm not even making excuses, and I'm not saying that I would have taken him no matter what. But I only had 2 tickets anyway, so what does it matter? You know what I mean? Like, why do I need to tell you what I'm doing in my everyday life? It's none of your business. And he was like, well, if you... He said something to, like, I have 4 tickets, better seats, blah, blah, blah. So why didn't you text your son and ask him to go with you when you got those tickets if you have 4 tickets? You're here alone. And he was like, yeah. Okay, so you're telling me I'm lying to you when I didn't lie. But you just lied to me telling me that you're all the way up in Seattle at a football game with 4 tickets and you're by yourself? I don't think so. But then he starts like he was just going off on me, and then starts calling me selfish. I'm selfish. Me. I'm selfish. Who did you call when you got in your car accident? Who drove over 2 hours to bring your son to see you 3 different times? Pretty sure that was me. Who bought and had a shower head delivered to you from Amazon so that it would make it easier for you to take a shower after your car accident where you almost died? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that was me. Who donated $100 to your GoFundMe? Pretty sure that was me. Who drove you all the way down to Olympia to get your whatever ID thing? Because when he was younger, some person used his name, so they're like linked somehow. I don't understand the whole thing, but whenever somebody uses your name or you use somebody else's name when you get arrested or get in trouble with the law, it's always linked to you as an alias. So if that person, like my ex-husband got arrested one time for something because they thought he was this other guy because their names are linked because it was an alias that was used. So he got arrested because they thought he was this other guy who had a warrant out. So they took my ex in. But I drove him down to get this ID, which is like, it's like proof that he's not that person in case something was to ever happen where he would get arrested or where they would think that he was that guy. This ID shows that he's not that guy. So I drove him down to Olympia to get that, which is like a half hour, 40 minutes drive to get there. I took him to drop him off another time to meet up with one of his friends. I took him to a PT appointment before. Like, I've done a lot for him over the last 3 months. I don't understand why it's my responsibility to fix what is broken between him and his son. Why it's my responsibility to tell him what I'm doing with my son. It just blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind that he had 4 tickets and didn't even ask his son if his son wanted to go with him. You know what I mean? But you're here getting mad at me because we're at the game. Why? Because we're there too? I just... I was so pissed off, you guys. I was so pissed off. And I know that people are going to be like, let it go, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear it. Like, I just don't understand people like him. Like, and everybody's like, narcissist, blah, blah, blah. And I know. I get it. But I just... people do change. You can say that they don't, but they do change. People do change. And I just thought that maybe the car accident that he was in would have, I don't know, woke something up in him, you know? And he was doing really good for a while there. And not being like, I mean, kind of there was a couple times where you kind of got a peak, which is kind of why I was keeping such a distance from him, because I don't know, I just kind of, there were things that I saw that was like, oh, you know, maybe he hasn't changed, you know, but there was times where he was being really, you know, decent when he was having conversations with me, and it just, I don't know, I just thought maybe being in this car accident would have made him rethink the person that he was being, and I don't know, it was dumb on me. It was dumb on me for sure. But I was keeping an arm's length, you know what I mean? Because I also know what a good actor he is, you know. And he had called me or texted me like before all of this happened, because he was like, I need to talk to you about a couple things when you have a chance. And I hadn't responded at first because I was at work during the day, but that night I was like, what do you need to talk to me about? And he's all, whenever you have a chance. And I'm like, well, I have a chance now. So he called me and he was telling me that the girl that he cheated on me with was wanted to hang out with him until she moves next month. And he just wanted to let me know, you know, he wants to be open and honest and blase, putting on a good show, you know what I mean? And that when they move, her mom is supposed to let him rent out her house, and he's trying to get out of his sister's house because he doesn't want to live with her, you know what I mean? So basically what he was telling me is that he's playing nice with her until they move so that he can get this house. Basically using her is what he's telling me. But with everything that happened with the game, I'm thinking to myself, maybe he was just lying to keep me like being nice to him, I guess. But like when I went to his sister's wedding, I knew he had said that they were going to be hanging out, but he didn't specifically say that she was going to be at the wedding. So he wasn't exactly honest with me about that. He's like, I told you we were going to be hanging out. Yeah, you told me you guys were going to be hanging out. You didn't tell me that she was going to be at the wedding. You know what I mean? Like, that would have been something I would have liked to have known specifically, so that when I saw him drive up in her car with her, that I wouldn't have been taken aback, you know, because when I saw her, I was just like, I was just a little irritated. And when I looked at him, he walked up, because she sat in the car pretty much the whole time. But he walked up, and I just kind of looked at him, and he was like, don't look at me like that. I told you we were going to be hanging out. You didn't tell me she was going to be here, though. You didn't tell me she was going to be here. So, you know, I just... It just really, really irritated me and upset me that he called me selfish, because I know I'm not. And, like, in the end, it just... For somebody to think about me in that way, it just... It gets under my skin. You know, it makes me feel a certain kind of way, and I can't help that it affects me in that way, because we were together for a long time, and there's a lot of stuff that I have done for him over the years, and for him to even, you know, just, I don't get it. It just blows my mind that you can do stuff for somebody out of the kindness of your heart when they're at rock bottom. You know what I mean? Rock bottom. And you do everything you can that you're comfortable doing. You know what I mean? Like I said, I was keeping arm's length, but I was trying to be a decent person and do at least what I could within reason to help him out, you know, whether it was give him a ride, which was basically all I did, was give him rides a few places. Then I want to do that because he is my son's father, you know what I mean? And he wasn't doing anything at that point to me. But then he had posted something on Facebook the day after the game, basically, I learned how selfish people really can be, and I'm trying to be a better person. Like, he posted this on his Facebook, that he had learned how selfish people were, and he was trying to be a better person or whatever, and then people are making comments underneath his post. And I'm like, no. So, should I have let it go? Probably, but nope. I'm done being the person who sits back and just allows people to say and do whatever they want. And I'm done biting my tongue, because I bit my tongue for a lot of years to keep the peace, and I'm done biting my tongue. So all I did was comment, I'm not selfish because I didn't tell you that Junior and I were going to be at the game, because it's the truth. I'm not selfish because I didn't include him in that. If he wants to spend time with his son, all he has to do is send him a text and invite him. If he would invite his son to any kind of a baseball game, football game, anything like that, if he was to message him and ask him to go, he would 100% say yes. 100%. If he wants to fix his relationship with his son, then he needs to fix his relationship with his son, not expect me to do it for him. And I feel like that's what he's doing. Or like he wanted us to hang out as a family. So if I plan something, then I need to let you know what I'm doing and include you in that, so that we can be a family. But you don't, why didn't you invite us? You had 4 tickets. Why didn't you invite us to the game? If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Not that that would ever happen. Not that I am going to play family with him, because I'm not. But like, I'm thinking in my head, what are you thinking? So you want me to include you in everything I do, but you don't want to include me and Junior in anything that you do. That doesn't make any sense. That's selfish. That right there is freaking selfish. So selfish. But then he sent me a text after I put that in his comment, because my aunt was like, I hope it's not you that he's mad at. And I'm like, oh, it is. Oh, it is. With no reasoning behind it. He's mad for nothing, because he's a narcissist who wants to blame everybody else for anything that happens that he doesn't agree with or doesn't like. It's everybody else's fault, and everybody else is the bad seed, and blah blah blah. But he had texted me, he's all, stay off my page and out of my life, please. Oh, so you want to make it seem like you're the one kicking me out of your life now, after you're the one that invited me back into your life when you called me at work to tell me that you got into an accident. You know what I mean? Like, I was perfectly content without you in my life, because ever since we've been separated, he's done nothing for me. Not one damn thing has he done to help me out with our son. Nothing. You know, he at one point he was like, I pay for him when he's with me. And that's enough. Like, I just just makes my blood boil. Just makes my blood boil. And I'm fine. You know what I mean? Like, it just irritates me. You know what I mean? Because I'm just not that type of person, and people like that just, you know, really frustrate me, because the things that he's done to me and said to me over the years, for me to be kind to him when he gets in an accident and is laid up in a hospital and hurt so bad, for me to go out of my way to be nice to him after the way that he's treated me over the years, is like I just don't understand how you could have I'm always the bad guy. Like, it's insane. No matter what I do, In his eyes, I will always be the bad guy, and that's why I am washing. I'm done. I'm done. Like, no matter what, I'm done. This was the last straw. Like, everything I've done for him in the last 3 months, no, I didn't give him a place to stay and take him in or blah, blah, blah. But I did everything that I could comfortably do to help him out at least a little bit. You know what I mean? To be kind. You know, I tried. And for this to happen like this is like, I think I just got green. Yep, I sure did. Oh well. But I just can't. I can't do it anymore. I can't allow myself to be treated like that anymore. You know, you give people a chance, and I know everybody's gonna be like, narcissists never change, blah 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 blah. I understand. Some people do, though. Some people do change, and I'm the type of person that always gives people the benefit of the doubt. But like I said, I did keep arm's length just in case, you know what I mean? And my feelings aren't hurt. Like, I could care less. What bothers me is for him to make me out to be this selfish person. And while he didn't use my name, I knew he was talking about me, and I felt that I needed to defend myself. I didn't do it in a bad way. All I said was, I'm not selfish because I didn't tell you that we were going to the game. That's all I said, you know? Because I knew he was talking about me, and that just, it was bothering me, and I felt like I needed to stand up for myself because I didn't, for years, stand up for myself against him, because when I did, he was always mean to me and made me feel bad and called me names and put me down, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm done being the person that sits back and allows somebody to call me names or make me look bad or say things about me that aren't true, you know what I mean? So, and then my son walked up to 7-Eleven last night to get a couple things, and guess who he ran into? So while I was filming my Mask Monday last night, I'm sitting there and a car drives by and I hear a honk, and I'm like, I wonder who that was. And when my son came home back from the store, he was like, guess who I saw? And I was like, who? I saw my dad. Which, I mean, he lives with his sister, who is literally like not even 10 minutes down the street from me. I was doing so good. I was doing so good with him living 2 hours away. You know what I mean? Because I didn't have to worry about running into him or seeing him. But yeah, I learned my lesson now, so I don't care if I'm just not gonna get drawn into the BS again. So if something happens where, because there's always something that happens where he ends up messaging me asking for this or that or blah blah blah. So no, not anymore. Don't message me, because I'm not the one anymore. I'm just not gonna let myself be manipulated anymore. And that's exactly what he was doing. The same thing he's doing with his girlfriend. He was manipulating me, and he's manipulating her as well, because he just can't be alone. He just can't. He's never, I don't know. I just don't know. I'm done trying to figure him out, because there's just no way to figure somebody like that out, that will lie to get whatever he wants or needs. You know what I mean? Anything that benefits him in any way. And it doesn't matter if he's, you know, hurting other people. He, like, literally, in his head, I think he thinks he's not doing anything wrong. Like, it's like you lie so much that you actually believe your own lies. Like, in your head, the lies that you're telling is the truth. You know what I mean? Because, like, if you actually came to terms with how you treat people and who you really are, it would just, like, you just don't want to accept that. You know what I mean? Because maybe it would kill you as a person, you know? So you just keep this facade going. I don't know. I might be just talking out my ass, but yeah, I'm done. I'm done being the nice person that I am, and I'm washing my hands of it. I'm not going to be nice to people who lie and manipulate and then turn things around like I'm the bad guy because I didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? I took my son to a game because I got offered affordable tickets and I wasn't going to turn it down. Like, I still don't understand. You're messaging me. You have 4 tickets to the game. You just told me you have 4 tickets. And you didn't even bother to ask your son if he wanted to go. He would have said yes. I mean, my son was like, I wouldn't have said yes if you would have had tickets, but if you didn't have tickets to the game, I would have. But and he could have been like, you guys are at the game, I'm here too. Can you send Junior down? Like, I would have taken Junior down to go see him, but he didn't want me to know who he was there with. You know what I mean? Like, that's all I can think is he's the one that's trying to hide something by not, you know what I mean? Like, why wouldn't you want to see your son? Why wouldn't you, like, be like, oh, I didn't know you guys were going to be here, you know, and want to, like, meet up somewhere in the stadium. So, you know, I could have brought Junior down to him and they could have hung out for a little bit during the game. You know what I mean? I would have been happy to do that. But I'm selfish, right? Makes no damn sense, guys. No damn sense at all. Just frustrating. Just so frustrating. And then he's just that type of person that, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I blocked her. I told her I didn't want anything. You know what I mean? Like, he's the one. No, like, after what happened at the game, I was like, I washed my hands of it. And I actually tried to block him on social media, but somehow, I guess it didn't work because now I'm blocked on everything, you know, which is fine. I don't care. I really don't. But, like, how petty. How freaking petty. And then when something comes up, he's going to unblock me and message me and want to ask me for help. Because whenever something goes awry in his life, to a certain extent, he'll message me. You know what I mean? Because I'm Miss Fix-It. I've always been Miss Fix-It. Well, not no more, man. Not no more. I'm done allowing myself to be walked all over. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. Just not gonna buy the bullshit no more. I'm just not. Try and be the better person and the bigger person, because, and that's the thing, is like, you get in these situations and people are like, be the bigger person, be the bigger person. And then you be the bigger person, and then you get made out to be the bad person when you were being the bigger person. And anybody that knows me, I know that they will know that that's not that I'm not the one that did anything, you know what I mean? Because I'm not one of those conniving people that will do anything to take somebody down, you know. I'm just not that type of person. I never have been. I'm not ruthless and mean and just like, I mean, there's so many things over the years that I could have done, and at first I was scared to, which I really shouldn't be scared, because his bark is bigger than his bite, you know what I'm saying? And like, as long as I don't let him intimidate me into submission, just poked myself in the eye. Oh no, I got mascara down there. But as long as I don't let him intimidate me into submission, I guess you could say, he won't, you know what I mean? Like, when we had our one situation and I filed a restraining order, he did not attempt in any way to contact me, because he had gone to jail that weekend when I filed the restraining order. And he's the type of person that he wasn't going to want to go back to jail. And after I called the police for that situation, because he broke my fence, and I called the police, and he got arrested for domestic disturbance. After that, he knew that I would call the police, and so when he got served, because I went down to the courthouse because I wanted to get him served while he was still in custody, because I just felt like that would be easier than trying to find somebody to actually go to where he was living to serve him. So I worked as fast as I could to make sure he got served while he was in custody, and he did. And that way I wouldn't have to deal with anything. And he knew that if he came to my house at any point, I would have called the police, and he wouldn't have wanted to go to jail again. You know what I mean? And then we were hanging out, not hanging out, but I was giving him a ride somewhere, and he was telling me how it got dropped for some reason, like, and I didn't even think about it at the time when he was saying it to me, but he was being like cocky about it, you know what I mean? Like, looking back at it now, when he said that he went to the court, he had a court thing because when he got into his car accident, he was drunk driving. So because he got in trouble, there was something with when I filed the restraining order and called the cops and he got arrested or whatever. And he was like, oh, they dropped it for whatever reason. But looking back at when he was telling me that, he was being a cocky asshole about it, is what he was doing. Because, like, I got out of it. Yeah, well, whatever. You still spent the whole freaking weekend locked up. You know what I mean? So, good for you. Good for you. And that's exactly why now I'm like, he really won't ever change. He really, no matter what happens in his life, he's really never going to change. He literally almost died. And he just took advantage of the situation. You know what I mean? Oh, poor helpless me. Make everybody feel sorry for him. You know, which he did get hurt really bad. You know what I mean? And maybe for a minute, he was, you know, really scared and a decent person for like a millisecond. But he really never will change. Like, he was literally being a cocky smartass with me when he was telling me that, so that he could be like, haha, I won. You know what I mean? Something kind of like that. I don't know. Ugh. I just feel like a fool, you know what I mean? And I'm sure I just don't need everybody being like, a narcissist will never change, a narcissist will never change, and you can't, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't need anybody telling me I messed up, you know what I mean? Because I didn't. I was a decent person. I kept my distance. But I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change who I am as a person because he's a douche. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to, what is it? My integrity. Because everybody knows that they could call me at any time for, you know, if they need a ride or whatever, you know, or because that's just the type of person I am. But I do have my boundaries, and I think that's the thing that really upsets him, is that I have been keeping my boundaries over the last, however, what, 3.5 months since his accident, that I might be helping him out or whatever to a certain extent, but I still have my boundaries, and I'm keeping those boundaries. And me going to the game with my son and not inviting him in, including him, which he didn't need to be a part of, is me keeping my boundaries, and he doesn't like that. You know, so he's going to flip it around and make it look like I'm the bad guy, that I'm not including him. Well, I don't need to. If you want to hang out with your son, you can hang out with your son. All you have to do is hit him up. It's not my responsibility to fix what you broke. It's your responsibility in the end. You know what I mean? Like, so you can whine and cry and be a little baby about it and say that I'm the bad guy and I'm not including you. Well, we're not a family anymore, and we're not going to pretend like we are, because it would be all me anyway. And that's why it's like so stupid, because you have 4 tickets, you don't invite us, but I'm expected to include you when I only have 2. I'm supposed to tell you everything that I'm doing with our son, but you don't have to, like, talk about selfish, manipulative BS right there, man. Like, that's just, you know, one of my friends was like, wow, you know, when I was talking to her about it, she was like, wow. And then I had posted something on my Facebook page, and people were like putting comments with stuff that was basically talking about a narcissist and how they'll never change. And like, I think I knew that, which is why I was kind of like keeping a little bit of distance. I wasn't always saying yes to everything that he asked either. Like, if I didn't have anything going on and he needed a ride and he asked for a ride, then I would give it. But if I was busy and I couldn't, I didn't. You know, I'm not going to cancel my plans and change up my life, you know what I mean, to give him a ride. He'll figure it out. He always does. He doesn't need me. He just likes to feel like he has some sort of control and like manipulating me, which I should have seen it. I should have seen it more than I did. But oh well, lesson learned, lesson learned. And I'm just washing my hands of it now. I'm done. So done. No matter how nice you are, people like to turn it all around. Alright, so I'm going to finish getting ready, do my hair, and get my clothes and jewelry and everything on. And then I will come back and show you the final look, so don't go anywhere. Alright guys, I'm back, and I got all my jewelry on and everything, and I'm ready to head out for the day. I think I just need to put a little hairspray in my hair to make sure it holds. I just kind of blow dried a little bit in the front here, but not too much, just a little bit. I've been trying to, for the most part, let it dry naturally the rest of the way to keep it from drying. But anyways, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I really appreciate it. Thanks for listening to me bitch and complain. Like, I realize what a narcissist is, and I understand that they will never change, but I take peace knowing that I was the bigger person, and I helped when help was needed, and I did set comfortable boundaries for myself, and I stuck to those boundaries, and I didn't do anything above what I was comfortable doing. You know what I mean? So I feel good knowing that I stayed true to myself no matter what, and I am the bigger, better person, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to change who I am as a person, but with that being said, I don't feel like I'm going to do that in the future, because I just don't want to have to go through this again. I've done this on and off for so many years. Like, I'm just over it now. I'm done. I'm done trying to be the better person and doing what I feel is the right thing to do, and then having things turned around on me to make me look like I'm the bad guy when I'm not, and I know I'm not. So I'm done putting myself in those situations, even though I should have been done before, you know what I mean? But like I said, when a bad situation like what happened, where he was in such a bad car accident and literally could have died, and the injuries that he sustained, I just, you know what I mean? I just felt like I needed to at least help a little bit, you know what I mean? Considering he is my son's father, you know what I mean? If that makes any sense. But anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. I got to get out of here and get to work. Yeah, I should be walking out the door now. But I love you all so very much. I hope you have an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, whatever time of day it is you're watching this. If you're new to the channel, I hope that you'll join the family, join Nene's Glam Squad. It's totally free, guys, to become a part of the club. Just go down below, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn the notification bell up to all. That way you can get notified anytime I make a new upload. And we do a lot of different things on this channel. And when you get the notification, you can look at the thumbnail and the title. And if it looks like something that you're interested in, then come on over. If you wouldn't mind giving the video a big thumbs up, it truly means a lot. Helps out the channel, lets YouTube know that you enjoy seeing my content. So it would be a really big help to me if you would do that, and leave a comment, say hi, let me know that you stopped by, let me know how your day's going and what you've been up to. I would love to know. And make sure you go check out Kat. I love you, Kat, and I will see you all in my next video, and I'll see you next week, Kat. All right, I love you all. Bye.